Hello, and welcome here to my working table. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist. I like to do all sorts of things, collaging both with fabric and paper, jelly printing, making books, and yeah, there isn't the thing that doesn't interest me. So if you like all sorts of things, you have come to the right channel. And if you're new here, a warm welcome to you. So today's project, and perhaps it will be a part 2, I don't know yet, because I have this watercolor. It is quite heavy watercolor paper, 425 GSM, and they are painted with earth pigments. And you can say, what is earth pigments? Yeah, it is a little like the word said, it is pigment who has been digged up from the ground. And then you put a medium on, mix it with the medium, and it can get more or less fluid. And then you can paint with it, or you can dye with it, or you can screen print with it, or you can block print with it if you make it thicker. And there's so many things you can do. And I attended a course here in the spring where I made a lot of lovely fabrics. And when the course was nearly done, I have some leftovers in my small pots or plastic containers. And I had these papers here. There are leftovers from when I'm doing my 20 by 20 centimeter collages. I get these strips as leftovers. So I took a brush, and then I took the pigments that was in the medium, and then I just painted these here. And it feels like it will rub off, but it doesn't, and your hands don't get dirty or anything. And that is, of course, because of the medium. But you can see I have painted them on both sides, and they look a little different, but they are all in this brownish color because the earth pigment I used here was an ombre. So my plan is to make some small fabric collages on top of these, and I will do it by stitching. I think gluing and stitching, I don't know quite yet, but that is my plan. So because these are this brown umber color, I have digged all these fabrics and scraps up in colors I think will match for my watercolor substrate here. So this is the plan for now, and I will see how far I come today, and perhaps it will be a long video, and if it gets too long I will divide it in 2 parts. But let us see what the day will bring. So there are, of course, many ways you can attack this way of working, and I can tell you how I do it. And I have decided this is the way I want to be up of these two, not that side, but that side. And yeah, I am in frame. And when I look at it, it is quite pale compared to some of the other papers. And I think I will turn this in the light color. So I have these fabric snips here with a small pattern, and they are quite like, and you can see there is like a mark there, and I think I would like to put a piece inside the half a ring, or what we can call it. And then I want to put something down here, and I have this color here, I think works quite well. And I really like this frayed, not very straight edge there. So perhaps I could put a, and I would also like to have this edges straight here. I like frayed edges, but that's no secret. Those of you who had been following me for a while, you know that. But I won't cover that. I think that would be a shame. So something like this. So I think I will just cut it there and tear it. And if I don't like it, it doesn't matter. It is such a small amount of fabric you use here. And then again, take this piece perhaps and put it on there like this. And yeah, what else can we come up with? I have this strange material. It is, yeah, this piece here was looking like this, and it is called weed suppressant. It is in Danish it is called, like you translate it, fiber cloth. It is something you put in your garden if you don't want the weed to come up. For instance, if you're building a wooden terrace or you're laying new things on your terrace and you put this under, then the weed can't come up. And I have found out that if I take a heat gun, it melts. So you can paint it and melt it. And now when I'm thinking about it, I think I will make a little video of how I do it. You can buy it in this color, and sometimes you can buy it in black also. It is a little sturdier than this one, and it doesn't melt so easy. So there I have poked a soldering iron through and make some holes. So that is a way you can make textures. But perhaps it would look nice also with a small piece of this in here. You can see I can rip it or tear it if I'm lucky. Yeah, like this, just a small piece like this. Whoops, my sleeve is in the way. Yeah, perhaps it is better only with this, like this. Yeah, it is just plain. So, and see what you end with that you like. But I think I like this down here. I don't know about this. It is white compared to, perhaps I can take a small strip of this and put this way. We can try. Yeah, I think that was better. I think this works. So I will take my glue stick and then I will just give it a dab here. So this piece will be sitting there. It is not for gluing it down, it is just for helping me when I'm start stitching. And this one I will also give a dab of glue. Put that down. There. And I really like these edges here. Oh, they are so yummy. And this one I will also just give a dab. And I know this is going over the edge, but I can always cut that clean. And then a piece of this here in the middle. So it isn't much glue I'm using, it is just to keep the fabric in place so it won't run away from me when I'm start stitching. And then I will just keep that there. And yeah, I think I like it. I will go and find some threads and my needles, and then I will come up with what kind of stitching I want to do. The first thing I want to do is base this white fabric down and this piece of fabric down. And I have just taken ordinary machine sewing thread in white for this. And I have found a color I think nearly disappears in here. So the way I do it is I make this is quite heavy to stitch through, so sometimes it is nice to have things to punch through. And I have this thing here my hubby has made for me. It is a wooden handle, and there's a part from a compass, and then I can change the needle. But you can easily make one yourself. You take a corkscrew and a darning needle and push the eye up in the corkscrew and give it a dab of glue, and then you have a nice thing to punch with. Yeah, so you can do that. So again here, and the more pointy your needle is, the better or easier it is. So you come up here, and I don't make a knot on the back. I just take a piece of tape, but for now I would let it hang there. And then you go down as close as you can, not in the same hole, but as close as you can to where you came up. It is a little fiffly here. And then I will just make some holes. Yeah. So you take about a centimeter or so on the back and come up and then down nearly 2 or 3 threads away, not more than that. So it will be as invisible as it can be. Come up here in the hole. I have punched, and down here. And up in the hole I have punched, and down here. I think you got it. And I have done this many times in recent videos. I will do that all the way around and all the way around that, and then I will be back. But the reason why I have taken these out here is there's 6 of them, and I really like to do series. So if they end up looking nice, it is my plan to take a big canvas and put them in a row, 3 this way and 3 that way, or how it would look, but I don't know yet. But I hope they will look nice together, and I really like to do series. But that's just me. So now they are based down, and I haven't exactly done it easier for myself because this is a quite heavy watercolor paper. It is 425 GSM, and it is quite hard to stitch in. And somehow this reminds me of my 100-day project. It is a little bigger, but size, shape, it looks like the same shapes I was doing in my 100-day project. But there I also used watercolor paper, but it was only 200 in GSM, and it was so easy to stitch into. And also I think I glued a lot of the pieces on it in that project. So I will see what I will do on the next one. But looking at this now, I have been in my different boxes and find some different yarns from, that is my normal mercerized cotton I use all the time. And here I have some floss yarn, a heavier cotton, and some bling bling, and some viscose. And all these yarns here are from my knitting or weaving days. And if I can get it through a needle, I can sew with it. So I want to use up some of all the materials I have. And when I say use up, I don't think I will ever reach that point where I have used up all my materials. I have so many lovely, lovely things. And as I said to my hubby sometimes, when I sat there in the couch Sunday evening and get I think myself a brand new idea, I won't have to wait until Monday morning until the shops are opening and I can buy the things I need. I can just go in my studio and find a box where I can find things I can use for what I have been thinking was that brand new idea, and that is so nice. So I feel very privileged. Yeah, now but back to the little collage here, and enough of me talking. When I look at it, I think I want a row of straight stitches down here, and perhaps something there. I don't know yet. I think I will start with it up here, and then there is, what color should I use? This is quite dark, and I think this is the wrong color. That is too light. I always think I have a lot of colors, but sometimes you don't have the right color anyway. That is pink. Oh, yeah. For me, it's you will probably in English call this pink, but in Danish, pink is more like this. We will call it a light pink, translated, I think. But yeah, it is so funny with these names here. But again, you can't hardly see it, and I want it. Oh, that's not so nice color. I will just rumble around and find the color I need. Since I want my lines here to be pretty straight, I had taken my ruler, and then I will just pre-poke with 0.5 centimeters distance the line like this, and move it a little and do the same. Like this, and a row more. The pink thing is just some plasticky thing. I can't remember where I got it from, but it is nice to stitch into. You could always, sorry, I have a runny nose today. You could always take a piece of heavy felt or some cardboard or something thick you can punch through so you don't ruin your table. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I want 5 of them. Another thing is, you probably wonder why I always, when I talk about a brush, I say pencil. That's because a brush in Danish is called a pencil. And that is why I said it wrong 99% of the times, and sorry for that. Yeah, you can see the holes here. So it is just, and I think I will use this thread here. And yeah, now my needle has gone. No, it hasn't. I have already threaded my needle. Oh, be prepared as a good Girl Scout. So I will just come up here and I would let that hang, and I can give it some tape later. And then it is just doing running stitches up and down and up and down. I will remove this one. It is an ugly color. There. You can see like this. But I will do all these and be back. I think I forgot to say I will put a link for the 100-day project in the description box below, for a link for the video. But I have done a row here of running stitches, and because I have been talking so much and not thinking so much, I wasn't thinking when you do a row of these, you want to have an equal amount of holes, because I ended here, so I just cheated a little and let my thread go around the paper here and come up, so I don't think it does any damage. But just remember, if you have equal amount of holes if you're doing running stitches. And there I have taken this floss thread, and I think I have given myself some challenges today, because it is an ugly thread to sew with. It divides up, and it's not so easy, and then it is hard to drag through the holes. So I have taken this because this needle is bigger than in this piece here, so I will just pre-poke some bigger holes here, because else it isn't hardly to get your needle through. So that is also something to remember. If you have heavy thread, you need bigger holes. But I just want three small stitches there like this, and nothing else. And then again I will take my tape and just secure all these ends here and cut it off like this. Yeah, you can see there's sitting tape different places here on the piece. But I think that is all I'm going to do with this piece for now. I can always do more when I work further, because then it sometimes develops to something, and perhaps you think you want to have this little element in all 6 of your pieces. I don't know yet. But already now I think the video is becoming very long, so I think I will make one more in this video, and there will be perhaps a part 2 and 3, but we will see. I really like the look of this paper here, so I will not cover so much of it. And I have this fabric here. It's an upholstery fabric, and it is quite dark, and I think I like it somehow. But again, I also have this. That is something I have dyed myself, and it was leftover from the pot when I was eco dyeing the papers, and it was the same paper as this, the watercolor paper here, when I was making the sheets for my book. And I can also put a link in the description box below for you for that. And then I have this piece, and I think it looks very nice here. But what do I... that's the same. I don't like that. Oh, I have this piece here. Perhaps that would work. Oh, I don't want to cover this down here because I think it looks so lovely. And I don't want to cover that either. So something like this and this up here, yeah. I really like that. But I think I will cut a little of this off here. And again I will tear. So I really get some frayed edges here. That is lovely, lovely. But you have them everywhere in your house. But like this. And this and this. Yeah, doesn't that look nice? That's really, yeah. I will give this a dab of glue. And I will not cover this waverly look here. And this down here. And I will take some glue here. And I won't press it down until I know. Yeah, that is good. Now I will press it down like this, and then give this some dab of glues here. And I like it to go over the edge down in the brown fabric here, like this. That is nice. I will find some thread and my needle and find out what kind of stitches I want to do, but I know I will base that down, this piece here, and this was just like in the other piece, so you don't need to see me do that. And I don't know if I will do the same here, just with another color so you can't see the bastings. So this piece fell off, but I will sew it on later. But I think I will make a row of some cross stitches down here. And for that I will need to punch some holes. Yeah, I will start with this one. And I've taken this thread here. And let me see. Here. Like this, and then I will punch that hole. And I will go down here. So it is just a normal cross stitch. Come up, and then I will see approximately there, and then I will punch this one here. So the places where I'm coming up from the back, I will punch the hole before, because I don't think I can get up exactly where I want. I can always go down where I want. That isn't so difficult. So again, here I come up. There. this and down here. But I will do the rest of them. So done with the cross stitches here, and I also made a row down here, and perhaps I should have made them in a darker color, but I don't know. And then I have also cross stitched this piece down, and they are also not so easy to see, but I don't think that it doesn't matter here, but I can give it a cross stitch here also. And I have taken my heavier mercerized color, cotton, not color. Go down here like this and punch down here, come up here. So now this is sitting and it ain't running anywhere. So I think it looks quite nice, and I will just weave the ends in here. So I come over to where I started. And cut it off. Take a little piece of tape like this, and here are my two ends, and then just put that down here. So I like this piece. Perhaps this should have been in another color, but I can always change it. Yeah, so done with this, and I just took a nearly white thread and make some crosses, and I think that helped a lot, so I'm satisfied with that. And this one here I also think was a little too pale. You can see them, but I exchanged this thread with this thread, and it's the same as up here, and I think it works a little better. So this were these two, and by the way, they are 20 by 10 centimeters I made today, and I will take some close-ups at the end of the video so you can really feel it, or at least stick your nose into it and see close on the pieces. So I know there will be a part 2, and how long it would take me I don't know, but note to myself, it isn't a pleasure to stitch in this kind of paper. I think it is, you have to use force, and you will have to decide that you want to do it, because it is you who is in charge here. But you have to, yeah, it's a little tough, I think, and that perhaps takes some of the joy out of it. But I like the results, and for you, those of you who haven't earth pigments or want to do earth pigments, I think you can achieve some of the way they look, these papers, if you're using watercolor instead. I think that could give some of the same look, perhaps. But I hope I have given you some tips and tricks, and perhaps some new things to think about. And if you like what you see here, please give my video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. That would be very helpful of you, and I would appreciate it very much. So bye for now, and hopefully I will see you at part 2 of this series. Bye.